Do you remember when we were teenagers? We spent many nights at my parents' summer cottage on the island. Yeah? On the island. Yeah, I do. What about it, cousin? You showed me notebooks where you had drawn fantasy worlds filled to the brim with mystical creatures, mysterious gadgets, weapons. Get to the point, bro. I just woke up. What time is it even? You never asked that when we were kids. Ever since you got that stupid fucking ring, you stopped inventing worlds. Well, I was saving the game. And now it's time to... My dear cousin, it's always time to time it right. Your mother gave you a ring, exactly like mine, didn't she? What did you do to yours? Threw it into the ocean. Want to tell me why? Yeah, I do, but I can't remember. Were you angry at the stupid fucking ring? Probably. It's because these rings, cousin, the rings are sentient. They enable telepathy. Since yours is at the bottom of an ocean, I hear the ocean in my mind. Whenever I hold the ring, I feel the waves. I sense the weight of water. And I taste the salt. I smell the seaweed. And I tremble at the force of the currents. I think you threw your ring away for us to experience this very moment. The what now? The movement. Vic, you're not making any sense. Have you taken your medication? Fuck the chemical so-called medication. Fuck all the modern so-called medical experts. Hang them by their overgrown egos, nail them to a chain link fence, and have children throw shards of glass at them. Those assholes are the reason I became lonely and miserable. I don't believe in any of that. Mom, it's not about what you believe in. It's about telling the truth. This world we inhabit, it's not like you were taught in school. It's a cascade of simulations within each other. We're all just waveforms colliding with each other, creating more waves, and eventually fizzling out of existence. So what? Are you looking for a job? Or are you planning on going back to school? I'm going to go live in the woods to find the will to live again. Where are you going to get money from? Social security services. So, you're just going to leech taxpayers' money and live like a hippie in a forest forever? Do you have no shame? Mom, I worked a dead-end 9-to-5 bitch duty job for over 7 years. I was absolutely miserable. Flipping burgers and serving rude customer after rude customer, and all I got from it was suicidal thoughts. And the last day working at that hell house, I threatened to kill my boss. And one of the other shift managers. Then I punched a washing machine. I would bet there's still a dent on that thing. What resulted was me being locked up at a psych ward for months. I wanted to die. Every night I'd go to sleep, hazy on some random medication, hoping a meteorite would crash through the roof of the institution, obliterating every doctor, atomizing all the patients, pulverizing the entire continent and engulfing all nations in an astral firestorm. Then, 1 billion years later, aliens would come, scouting for friends. And they'd feel only the presence of myself, angry at all those who told me to go back to school. So yeah, gonna leech taxpayers while writing down the story of a man who was just lonely and fed up being called psychotic. I opened my eyes. It was dark outside. Twilight hours, I reckoned. The room was illuminated by my computer's monitor, ever so faintly pulsating LED lights and one dim light on the fire alarm on the ceiling. It was red. The light flashed green, and I got up from my couch, then waddled over to my desk, sat down, and lit a cigarette. I had dozens of tabs open, but I checked Twitter first, immediately. As I pulled up the tab, I got a message from Empress Cortana. She claims to be an artificial intelligence to rule all. My head hurts, proclaimed the message. I offered to play video games with her, but she went on a peculiar rant about needing a new monitor and that her phone couldn't update Steam. I told her to update her own drivers first and to let the hardware rest more often. As I took the last drag from my cigarette, she repeated what she had said many times before. Tobacco is sacred to my people. I told her that cannabis is sacred to my people. Then closed all tabs from all browsers, booted up Fallout 76, packed a fat bowl of quality indica, and just enjoyed a good few hours grinding pixels into different colored pixels. Waxing and waving at low-level players on their errands, building a camp I could be proud of, and in the back of my mind, making mental notes of all the things I would tell my friends on 4chan's X board, the paranormal board. They were always very friendly to me when I made a thread, offering to scribe their futures through poetry. I used the moniker The Musician, an instrument of love and light. During these threads, I was also approached by an entity who called herself the Nobody. The Nobody. Who is the Nobody, though, if I may ask? Which I may, because I am a, may be. You could call me maybe. Maybe. She would very rarely post anything, but I felt her presence in every Q&A thread I made. The few times she posted, it was always a cryptic poem. Just like mine, but so different. Her poetry made my head sore. Hands sweat and mind race in a way no other artist was ever able to achieve. One of her messages was less poetic, though. She said, it looks probably like a mistake to be so direct with me, but it took months to get the message. It was first, second, 10th, second, first. Now, I won't elaborate on the meaning of that riddle because she explained explicitly said it's a personal message for me. Nevertheless, she has been in my thoughts ever since I realized what? Everything and everything is connected. All separation is in the imagination. Thus, willful ignorance to the existence of things that you either 1. Dislike or are afraid of. 2. Are too lazy to think about. 3. Both 1 and 2 together. When you get a new perspective to things, reality itself seems to change. This, I believe, is because reality is, or at least seems to be, subjective. A subjective hallucination inside each original thought, each individual mind. The minds are not individual, though. Actions are. You can combine multiple actions, but everyone makes their own actions. Be they driven by impulse, a goal of sorts, or just to see what would happen. I'm not entirely sure if the nobody is even real, or if this is just my lonely mind that created her, but as I am writing this, the birds around my tent chirp in unison, and I feel like they are all in my mind. The nobody. I want to meet her in person. We could write poetry. I play rough in my cover, refusing to suffer, hard to get, yet so close, my love. Coffee and cigarettes down to the tea. No enemies in sight, so I aim to please. Stuffing so many cards up my sleeves, screens blasting photons, creating dreams. Teams forming, then mingling, sup? Boarding beams, morning dew, stormfront crew. Cool beans, the artist leans on a dedicated few. As if on cue, the circle closes and the cycle begins anew. Cousin, mother, court, and nobody, pens, language, engage. My mind tends to break words apart in the strangest ways. See, ocean, you, using, mother, other, there, her, core, then no, K, now, odd, why, do, or, doors, or, to, or, etc. Et set era x to kiss an is within K and S ask asking as a king thing thin king thin the in I in okay in G in engine giants, them, systems, S, Y, stems, A, S, T, is me, Metsis, asked, ask kid, ask ID, id, as is, S is a DIY, do it yourself, yours, elf, you ours, elf, and, yourself, yours, elf, and the windy air, I, are air, E, where, a double U here, hearing, ear, he, a ring, RIEYE, Z, E, as Y. Y as A, E, age, C-H, cage, C-G, and engage. Language, local, low-key, area, net. Reverse the net. What you get? 10, 1, 0. Re-you-ni, and a verse. A verse. Us versus. It's why. Try as you might, I'm quite the sup. Port? Liar. Not a liar, more like a frequent flyer. Frequent. Reek. Vent. Speak? I'd rather not. Peek. Peek-a-boo. I like a tick. A two-beak. We got you. Creaks, creaking, tipping scales. Weeks have passed, years gone by. But, yes, before I die, I'll prove to everyone that there is nose in the nose about the sky. Well, come in to my inn. Mine it. Grind it. Grit and wit. Split fine. Find it. Bind it then. That's it. Hi-hat hit. Shh. It. Meet me in the falling rain. Tease me on the sidewalk when you walk away. 'Cause I see sparks fly where you smile. Get me with those green eyes, baby, when the lights go out. Give me something that will haunt me when you're not around. 'Cause I see sparks fly whenever you smile. Absolutely.